Hi everybody, Chris Stokes from Custom Fitness Personal Training Studio. And I had a client come in the other day that was just really confused. They had been through a lot of different nutrition programs and things and had been told to eat several different times a day or 3 times a day, and then they had read about intermittent fasting and they weren't sure what way would be best for them. Now, as always, Custom Fitness, we kind of customize the plan to you and your needs, and there's definitely some specific reasons why you would or wouldn't want to eat, multiple times, or the 3 times, or the fasting, or there's a million different ways out there to eat. So what should you be doing? Well, the general rule of thumb, because we always start with foundations first, so the general rule of thumb is to eat 3 times a day. So whenever you're eating 3 times a day, if you feel like you're good, you're not having any moments of just absolute I'm starving, or you're walking in from work and just grabbing everything in sight, then you're probably great, and that's wonderful. If you are feeling like you're hungry throughout the day, or at those next meals, then adding a little bit more to each meal is usually a great thing. So when we're eating 3 times a day, our goal is to make it as even as possible. So if you're going to have 5 hours between breakfast and lunch, we need to have about 5 hours between lunch and dinner. A lot of people do like the 4 hours breakfast to lunch and then 6 to 8 hours between lunch and dinner, and they can't figure out why they're hungry at night. So that would be a great time where maybe if you're going to be that extended out, then yeah, a snack might be a good thing to throw in there. But if you can eat a little more evenly, then just adding a little more to your plate, making sure you're more in balance, will actually help you quite a bit. So why do they recommend 5 times a day? Well, sometimes we do as well. Depends on the person, and it depends on what you've been going through. So if you are constantly grazing throughout the day, then perhaps splitting it down to 5 specific times might make it better for you to start with. If you are used to eating very small meals 2 to 3 times a day, then eating small meals a little more often will help you to eventually start to crave those nutrients and bring the food back into the body the right way. So where does intermittent fasting fall into all this? Well, that's kind of the big thing lately. That's, the intermittent fasting and the keto diet are kind of 2 of the hot topics here, especially on Facebook. So intermittent fasting is great for most men. Now, I say most because there are a lot of situations where that's not the best fit. But for most men, it's a great thing. For women, typically the research shows us that it actually will kind of start to diminish the efficiency of our hormone systems. Now, when we think about hormones, I know a lot of times as I say that, people think about just estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, but there's a lot of hormones that are working in your body all the time, and it's a very fragile system. And so if you start messing with the ecosystem there, it can really throw off your metabolism, it can throw off your sleep, it can throw off just about everything. So we want to make sure that the body's functioning correctly. So females, research is showing us that typically the intermittent fasting is not the best bet. For males, it can be a good thing, but again, we have to kind of experiment with what the best way is for you. So just following a protocol that you found online might work, but it's highly likely that it won't. Okay, so what about our friends with, say, like diabetes or things like that? Which way should they eat? Well, the doctors are typically recommending that they eat 3 times a day, because what that does is it lowers their insulin value. It allows their body to kind of come back to rest. And so it takes about 13 to 14 hours for food to get through the digestive tract. And if you're continuously eating every couple of hours, while that can be good for certain things, it can start to raise that level of insulin a little bit too much. And so then you end up with higher blood sugar values at the wrong time. So things just don't work very well that way. So if you're looking for the best way to lose weight, first of all, it's consistency in everything that you do, just like we've always talked about. Consistency in exercise, consistency in nutrition, consistency in the habits that you're building. So we want to make sure that we're eating evenly throughout the day and that we're choosing wholesome, healthy foods for us. Obviously, less processed, more natural would be better, and just kind of go in that route. So I hope that helps some of you today. I am having an open house at the studio this next weekend on the 27th. It's going to be from 10 to 12, and everybody's welcome. So it doesn't have to be members. You don't have to know anybody there. We would love for you to stop by, see what the studio is all about. We're going to be giving away some prizes. We're going to be having some recipes and some different tips and tricks on cooking and all that kind of good stuff. So we'd love to have you stop by for that, and feel free to invite some friends. Like I say, there's no commitments or anything. We'll also be doing some membership specials for anybody who is interested, but we just want to get to meet everybody and kind of get to talk to you and everything and let you see what we have to offer. So feel free to come by. Again, it's on Saturday the 27th from 10 to 12, and love to see you. Have a great day.